Let's see, what's your tooth?
Showing them. These are the chunks that have come out so far. Two different pieces. So when I went to the dentist, they did x-rays and they were like, well, your tooth has already had a root canal, there's not much that we can do. I only have like less than a third of my natural tooth left, which isn't enough for the dentist herself to rebuild the tooth back to. So my options were to either be sent to a specialist to have him try and save the tooth and rebuild the tooth, or just to have it removed. And I mean, since it started falling apart, I already pretty much figured it was gonna be removed anyway. So they were like, as long as it's not in pain and it's not like still getting infected in that, then it can stay in my mouth now and it doesn't have to be removed immediately. So they're just gonna,
You've got part of it.
yeah, but yeah, so they're gonna fix some cavities that are around this tooth, like in the surrounding teeth, just so it doesn't spread. And yeah, gonna leave
At
the
least
tooth.
you're not in pain anymore, that's
Yeah.
Falls in the darkness.
Yeah, is this okay though? Or should I turn my lights on?
It's like a Halloween street.
Do you think I should turn the lights on though?
That's cool, that's cool. You can see you. All good?
Paul, the bot worked this time
Oh, did it?
on
Good.
Discord.
Blasted thing. Now, did you see what the topic was today, James?
What's the topic?
It's gonna. Since that shooting last night, we're gonna talk about the violence in video games and stuff because the dude live streamed it on Twitch and everything.
Really?
Yeah, so we'll discuss that. If you go to Kotaku, it's the main story right there. If you want to check it out. So, just as a heads up, there's a good chance I'll get a phone call during the stream. So I'll have to mute. And so if you guys could just take over for a few seconds and just chat while I take a quick phone call, and then that's it. It'll only be like probably 3 minutes. A minute, if that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's enough time for Lee to sign up to Twitter, so we can...
Nah,
Yes!
that's not gonna happen. Not a chance.
Oh, Lee, I could have tagged you. James, I don't even know if I follow you on Twitter.
I don't use it, to be honest. I've got an account, I've never...
Yeah.
I'm starting to see a theme coming up here, where people seem to have Twitter but don't use it or like it.
I was heavy into Twitter. I've kind of pulled back greatly over the last month and a half, I think. I don't really tweet much. I just do it to promote the streams, and that's it now.
Well, there you go. Need I say more?
It's a pretty toxic place, I don't mind saying.
I think it took off so much because it's the platform that celebrities use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I only signed up for it because Ellen DeGeneres told us all to sign up for it.
You don't like it.
What? Till it came out, she was a bully.
I did back. Yeah.
And do you think any of Twitter will change because Elon has it now?
People that have been banned are trying to get back on it. Nobody's come back. Nobody's come on to Twitter.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know how.
He's been buying all sorts of companies up. Did you see he bought that perfume company? He's going to call it Elon's Musk.
There is a James joke right away. There we go.
There you go.
That's funny.
I think it was a really bad deal for Elon to buy Twitter with like 40 something billion, when you can really sign up for free. So you can just get it for free. I certainly not.
That sounds like something his really tall brother would do. Elongate.
Nah.
That sounds like a cracker joke.
Did you just say a cracker joke? Are we allowed to say that?
You
Cracker
get
jokes.
crackers?
Yeah. You know the Christmas crackers?
Oh.
That looks wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God.
sure.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the Christmas crackers. Do you get them in Canada?
Oh, we do. We do. Just the way. It struck me weird. That's it. That's it.
We get jokes in them over here. Do you get them over there? You pull the cracker.
We don't get jokes. We get toys and all that weird stuff.
Oh, we get toys as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're rubbish. But we get them.
Yeah.
They are rubbish, yeah.
We get like nail clippers and God knows what in them. Rubbish things. Magic tricks. That don't work.
Alright, what do we got here? 3 minutes. You guys got big plans today?
Chill out. Cool. Next week, and we're going to be short staffed. So,
Oh, you're gonna be busy. Busy muckling.
you ever do it on a Friday? Fridays, you're like, oh, that's a midday job, and then midday rolls around and you think, oh,
Yeah.
it was only 5 minutes ago. Can't beat a cup of tea. Oh, you need a cup of tea in your life. That's what you need.
I think Lightsy's drinking tea, Gaz is drinking cafe latte.
Coffee.
Oh, you're having coffee? Alright. And I'm drinking water.
In a Pepsi.
In a Pepsi bottle, yes. There is Becca, the ginger brummy Sheila.
What's
That's-
your mug? What's a latte?
Yeah, coffee latte from Tesco. £2.30 that was.
Oh.
Which is about $6,000 in Canadian.
See, that's not funny. Not even a little bit.
It's actually
It's like, yeah, about $5. Is that expensive for a coffee in Canada?
That's like a Starbucks coffee.
Hold on. So Becca said I didn't say it. So is this something we're not allowed to call you, Gaz?
She's heard it from Pete, who I've known for about 7 years.
All right. So is this something you don't like? Should I not call you Ginger Brummy Sheila?
Okay, I'll tell you the story with Ginger Brummy Sheila. Sheila, right, we
Yes.
had an insurance called Sheila's Wheels.
Oh.
And the advert for Sheila's Wheels was added like a catchy tune.
Yeah.
And I kept singing it and singing it and singing it when I was playing games with Pete. And it stuck. And because he thought I was from Birmingham and I sounded like a girl
Oh no.
and looked young, he decided to call me a Ginger Brummy Sheila or something like that. So that's where it come from.
But is this something you don't want to be called? This is my question.
Oh, it's starting to annoy me because I've had it for 7 years now.
Okay, I get it. I'll try not to call you Ginger Brummy Sheila. Let me delete it. It's funny, man. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know what a Brummy is either way, but
It's
That's
a
what they call
Brummie, someone from Birmingham.
Yeah.
And Birmingham's just a place.
so is that kind of
Well-
like the armpit of the UK? Is Birmingham?
Yes. Yes,
I
it
wouldn't
is.
have gone that far, but
The sweaty crotch of the UK is Birmingham? Is that what my British friends are saying?
But where I come from,
no,
Black
that's just
Country, they
wherever
call us
Gaz
yo-yos.
is.
Oh, okay. Because I can tell
They
you,
call us yo-yos.
because New Brunswick, where I live,
Yeah.
is the sweaty crotch of Canada. I'm just throwing that out there. And then Lightsy lives in Nova Scotia, which is actually a really awesome place. Oh, well. All right, here we go. You guys ready? Hey, welcome to level 48 of the Gamers Pass podcast, where us gamers get together and we just chat and have a good time and talk about video games. And actually, serious topic today. So Liverpool is even worse. So we're going to have a good time chatting and just doing a heartfelt chat. Those of you that are in the chat, feel free to say your opinions. We do read them. And we probably don't say them online very often, but we like to have a good time. So here we go. So joining me today is that A to Z of gaming, the Birmingham champ himself, A to Z of gaming. Gaz, how are you today? And what have you been playing? And I can't wait to hear the stories.
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I've been playing on PlayStation a lot.
No, tell the truth.
Okay, I've been playing on Xbox.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Black Ops 2.
Oh, okay.
And I've been playing a bit of Modern Warfare 3. Not on stream.
Look
but
at you
by
going
myself.
old school COD here. Why?
Yeah. I don't know, I've just felt really nostalgic.
Okay,
This
hitting the
week.
feels with the Call of
So,
Duty stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, just brings back a lot of memories playing it.
All right. And you really
Oh,
like those, eh?
Oh, I love them.
So
I love them. I think they're the best. They're the best
and
one.
personally, I think the Black Ops series ruined Call of Duty, but that's just me personally. When that came out, part 1, I'm like, I hate Call of Duty now. It sucks. Why would they do that? Oh,
No,
Mark is
Black
joining
Ops 2's
us.
the best.
Black
Ops 1, yeah.
Okay.
Black Ops 3, yeah. Black Ops 4.
2 is great. All right. Hey,
Black Ops
Mark.
4, horrible.
Good to see you, Mark. How you doing?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Lee.
We'll
Mark.
get to you here in a sec, but I'm happy you joined us, my man. What else you playing, Gaz?
I did play a bit of Fortnite.
Oh, hey, that's fine. That's fine.
But yeah, mainly Black Ops 2.
Okay, we were gonna try Fortnite possibly yesterday after we did some modern or Warzone, but we did 6.5 hours of Warzone yesterday, and that was a blast. So that
Well,
was
I am thinking about setting up a realm on Minecraft. Well, I'm not thinking. I'm going to.
yeah. I think Troy had mentioned to me on my Discord asking if I was going to be joining your realm, and I'm not a Minecraft player overall, but
Well, anybody can join.
sure, yeah.
Anybody.
But you just be careful with the whole anybody, as anybody
Yes,
could go in
yeah.
and destroy your crap. So
I've never done a realm before. I've never created a realm before. So I'm only going to let like so many people, like people I know. So if Mark wants to come on, he'll be like an admin or
yeah.
mod or
So,
whatever you have on it.
Let me give you a quick rundown.
Okay.
Lady of Darkness, who played with me streamed Apex Legends the other day with me. She had a realm or has a realm on Minecraft, and a couple of dudes that she let in just because they were on her stream, all that stuff. They went in and they destroyed as much as possible on her, and so she was pretty devastated by that. So that really sucked. So yeah, just be
I
mindful.
did have that problem when I set up like just an ordinary world,
Yep.
and I was streaming it, and then probably a day afterwards they came back onto the world and like destroyed everything.
Yeah, jerk faces. Cool. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All
That's
right.
it.
So, and joining me today as well is Jam Master James Muglin. Welcome back, James. What have you been playing, and how are you doing today?
Hey, yeah, I'm good, thanks. I've been exploring Games Pass a bit this week. I tried that Trek to Yomi game. I couldn't really get on with that. It was a good game, just not my sort of thing.
Sure.
I also tried This War of Mine, if anyone's played that.
I
looked
have.
interesting. Yeah, it's so for those who don't know, it's like Fallout Shelter, so post-apocalypse. You have like a base and you go out and scavenge. All in all, wasn't over keen on it. I did play it for a couple of hours because it was something different, but
Yep.
not my sort of thing.
It's pretty
Also-
heartful though, man. It's almost hit you in the
very
feels somewhat.
Yeah, I found it quite difficult. All my people died.
Yep.
So
Me too.
just because it's really difficult. Then I come back from scavenging and people had raided me and stole all my stuff. I was like, ah.
Yeah. No need to play
So
it.
yeah, doing
Sounds like
doing
Sea
a bit of
Sea of Thieves.
Sorry,
Uh
no?
oh.
Sea of Thieves, yeah. So yeah, I've been doing a bit of Gears and Sniper Elite as well. I did want to crack out the old PlayStation 1 and play a load of those games, but I think I said this the other day, it's hard to play those on a big screen, so I'm looking at getting a
Yeah.
smaller screen.
Sure. No, that's cool. Excellent. And you're
Yeah.
doing well?
Awesome, Fandabby Dozy.
All right.
How are you guys doing?
Fantastic, man. All right. Also, it's Lightsy. Lightsy, who's live streaming right now. Make sure you hop on her stream and give her some likes and attention and love on her stream. But Lightsy, how you doing? And what have you been playing?
I'm doing all right. I think this week all I've really played is Sims 4.
Okay, no, that's all right.
Yeah.
What have you been doing on Sims 4?
I've just been building and working up skills on my Lightsy Just character.
Okay, no. And you still doing the legacy thing with like the heritage family sort of family tree thing?
Not currently, because that save is on my laptop, and I haven't transferred all of that over to the computer yet.
All right. And also, I got to ask, when is the next hair color change? It's got to be happening
I don't
soon,
know.
isn't it? All right.
Maybe. I'm
Cool.
not sure.
All right. I'm just looking. I'm like, she almost needs a change again. It's almost time. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. And joining me as well, Mark, the Ultimator 87. Mark, how you doing? What have you been playing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good right now. So this week I've been playing a lot of Warzone. I played 6 hours with you yesterday,
Yes.
and about 4 hours the other day.
Yeah, we did.
And I played again last night. So I've been heavy in Warzone this week.
It's fun.
Some more MLB, the show. Oh yeah. I didn't think you would like that Godzilla and Kong event, but
I didn't like it at the very first match because I was like, "Oh, that's stupid, the King Kong thing." But then once I learned it in my head quickly, like it's the learning curve's really short. I was like, "All right, I'm having actually a really good time." I think it's a respawn, so I think it's that.
oh yeah, and having two giant monsters on a map is definitely interesting.
Sure.
MLB the show,
Yes.
and I think that is it this week for what I played. I was sick a couple days, so I didn't really get a chance to play much of games.
I get it. Yeah, and you're feeling better, right?
Somewhat better. I'm still having some stomach issues, but I'm pretty much better.
Good. All right, and joining me today as well, every day, it's Lee Everett. Lee, how are you and what have you been playing?
I'm doing great. I can't say that I've been playing much. It's been quite busy this week for me. So,
Okay.
but I would have played Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th, but that wouldn't.
Yeah,
But
game's broken.
yeah, which does suck. According to Kristen, it does sound like they're trying to work stuff out with it.
Sure. It'd be good if they did.
Yeah, it would be, but I'm not sure how that's going to pan out. But I think I played Among Us with you lot on Monday or
I think so.
yeah. I did that then, and then for like here and there for the rest of the week, I've been doing a bit of the Dawn of War game that I've mentioned previously.
All right.
But that's
Now,
okay.
What about any Brummy Sheilas? Have you been enjoying any Brummy Sheilas?
No.
All right. Well, we're just watching your saga go. I gotta
Okay.
ask.
I'll let you know if something happens.
Oh, excellent! Good news. I gotta ask. Any of you guys Lord of the Rings fans?
Yes.
Recently,
We
yeah.
love Lord of the Rings.
All right, so I gotta say, and Gaz is he's a little embarrassed right now because I'm not calling you out, Gaz. There's a reason why I'm transitioning into this, but Gaz has never seen Lord of the Rings. I wanted to throw that out
Oh,
there,
dear.
which is offensive and kind of hurtful, to be honest. But EA announces that it's making a new Lord of the Rings game.
That's my coffee.
All right.
What didn't they? Aren't they making like a Lord of the Rings Gollum game?
Yeah.
So it's not EA though. I don't think it's EA
Oh,
making the
okay.
Gollum game. So EA used to make all the games back in the day. Make the games all back in the day for like the 360 and all that stuff. I think possibly the original Xbox too. And I don't know what is happening. Here we go. Mark left, James left. Here we go. All right. And so
I had to take some nasal spray.
oh
I'm
no,
sorry.
that's okay, dude. But do you guys have played any of the Lord of the Rings games?
Yes.
I've played Lord of the Rings Conquest, which was fun. It was basically like a Star Wars Battlefront, but Lord of the Rings version.
Okay, James.
I played the old one back on the PS2. I think it was Return of the King. And at
Oh,
the
yeah,
time,
yeah,
I
yeah.
was really good. Yeah. I'm always hesitant whenever a game is in development from EA. You know,
I get it.
anyone that knows EA knows.
All right, Lightsy, you haven't played any Lord of the Rings games even back in the day? And then,
No.
Gaz, how about you? I know you've never seen Lord of the Rings. I know it's not your cup of tea, a spoil of tea.
Never played them.
Mark, have you played any of the Lord of the Rings games?
Yes, I have. And to be fair to Gaz on the movie, though, it is 3 hours of just 2-3 people walking around in woods.
Oh, it's
you know.
Do you not like Lord of the
It
Rings?
I mean, no. I mean, I like the first one and the third one, but it is literally two guys walking around the woods for about 3 hours.
I won't watch the original. I got to watch the extended edition. I have to see 4 hours of them walking around in the woods.
It's a commitment.
It
Yeah.
is.
To watch.
I'll tell you right now, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the original trilogy, rivals the Star Wars original trilogy. I'm just throwing that out there. It is that flippin' amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I love the original Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
especially the extended editions. They're so good films, and they're what I call my ill films. If ever I'm ill in bed, I'll put the Lord of the Rings extended on
Sure.
because that's the entire weekend. Gone watching them.
It's wonderful. So the only issue with EA, I can't say the only issue. Issues with EA making this is it's a mobile game. Unfortunately, I wanted to get your guys' hopes up. And
Look at James.
sorry, guys. Mark?
I was about to say that, I mean, if they were to make this game, EA made Game of the Year last year with It Takes Two. So I was thinking, okay, they're going to make a Lord of the Rings game. It actually might come out pretty good, especially they set it up like It Takes Two. What is that background image? I just want to know what that.
I
image
think
is.
it's a horse, but it's his dragon.
It's my bearded dragon.
His bearded dragon.
It's like-
Oh, okay. I just want to know.
All right, and so apparently it'll be a collection card RPG with turn-based gameplay and fantasy and adventure themed elements. Now, I will say the last two Lord of the Rings games, which was
Shadow of Mordor.
yeah, those are great. Those were really well done, played fantastic. It was awesome. All right, and so James had mentioned Trek to Yomi. Gaz, have you seen Trek to Yomi at all?
No.
Okay, so this is on Game Pass. It's a black and white samurai sort of game. This is mind blowing, and I'm going to tell you why. Because of I know it's Twitter, and Twitter's crazy, but this guy who was a game developer receives abuse and apparent death threat after Trek to Yomi tweet. So this guy's name is Chris. He tweeted out. He says, "I guarantee you, Trek to Yomi made more money being on Game Pass than it will in sales on PlayStation. We were paid nicely to be on Game Pass, and we weren't even part of any marketing deals. Trek to Yomi was an entire GP promotion, Game Pass, just some food for thought." Just that tweet alone apparently warranted death threats for this guy to receive from the PlayStation fanboys and community, which is mind-blowing. Guess, Twitter. You're on Twitter. I just tagged you on a tweet today.
You do get some weird people on Twitter. You really do.
I'm Caleb.
I mean,
Yes!
to go that far as well.
Lightsy's right, and we'll talk about Caleb in a little while because he's angry at video game stuff. But Lights, what's that?
He's always angry.
Yeah, that's true, and he'll be here today. You know what? Caleb won't be here today. I'm just saying because the Leafs lost last night, so he will not be here. His team lost. So, Lightsy, have you tried Trek to Yomi?
He's picking up all the tables he's flipped.
Just crazy. Lightsy, have you tried Trek to Yomi, or did you
No,
know this? Mark, did you try
I
it?
haven't.
You haven't?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay, so I was loving Trek to Yomi. I'm just saying it's unique, it's different, but I'm spending too long in like the dead verse, we'll call it, within the game, and so maybe a little bit of spoilers for you. And then it's just getting too much. And I'm like, well, this is kind of boring now. So that's kind of where I'm at. But starting off, I was like, this is great. I'm messaging James. Trek to Yummy is amazing. Try it. And so this guy, all he did was talk about Game Pass. And I'm surprised I haven't gotten any death threats over Game Pass, because I think Game Pass is still the greatest thing ever in gaming. Just throwing it out there. Okay.
It is. It beats everything PlayStation.
It does.
Guess. Oh, he agrees. Okay, good. You
I
heard that.
agree.
He did. All right. So, also, now I think, did somebody send this on Discord? It was Bethesda delays Starfield and Redfall. Does anyone know what Redfall is?
I've not heard of that.
I've not heard of it either. So I didn't take the time to research it. And I probably should have. I do apologize for that. So Bethesda apparently is doing Redfall as well. But are you guys excited for Starfield? I know we've talked a lot about Starfield over the last, 5 months, I guess. Anyone?
Starfield.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I am, yeah. I was just disappointed that it was going to be delayed until next year now.
Well, that's where
I
we're
was so
going.
looking forward to it.
That's where we are going with the delay. Lightsy, are you interested in Starfield? It's apparently Bethesda's brand new, huge IP, RPG sort of stuff. Okay.
I don't know.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Because no one really knows much about Starfield. Apparently, it's going to be shown a little bit at this June's big event. Excuse me. Let's see. So, Bethesda decided to announce that we can't wait for you to play Starfield, but we need some more time. We're so thankful for all the support and encouragement and excited to show you the game soon. Arcane had tweeted out the same thing, which is under Bethesda. Here at Arcane Austin, we've decided to delay the launch of Redfall. The team needs more time to bring the game to life. Thank you for so much of your continued support. Redfall is our most ambitious game yet, and we can't wait for you to show it off soon. So let me go around the room. Gaz, delays. Games you're looking forward to, even possibly pre-ordered. You got your money down, and bam, it's delayed. Even though they promise. What are your thoughts on that? And I know we've talked about this before, but this is huge. This is massive. So what's your thoughts on that?
I think they've had, how long, when they announced it, it was like a year or something. So I think they've had plenty of time to work on it. And then they says that they was going to postpone it until next year.
Right.
Until, was it like the middle of next year or something?
Yeah, the middle of 2003.
So disappointing, but
2023.
I'm sorry, 2020?
2023. You said 2003.
You said
Oh, did I?
2003.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, I've gone back. I do apologize. 2023. 2023. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
It's a little bit disappointing because I was looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Because parts that I have actually seen looks really good. The graphics looks nice as well.
Yeah, that's just art, right? That's just game clips, no videos or anything, just screenshots.
Oh no, sorry, yeah, no video clips or anything, just pictures, but they just look really nice.
All right, James.
Well, I don't want history to repeat itself. So it's like, yeah, it's going to be delayed, but maybe it just should be, because if they rush and get it done under the time frame and get it out now, it's just going to be Cyberpunk all over again, and it's like, that's not what we want, because Cyberpunk was delayed, but it still wasn't given enough time to do what it needed to do before it was released, and that was its biggest fault. Like, because ultimately it was a decent game once it was completed, but as it stood when it was released, that's what its main detriment was.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been delayed, but I think it will be for the better.
Excellent. Lightsy?
I'm feeling at this point like game developers should just keep their trap shut until games are out of beta and actually like finished before they're announced and
Wow.
get people's hopes up.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good perspective though. How would that? I don't know. Explain more on that, because that's an excellent point. I'm sure there's some counter thoughts about that, but wait until the beta is done before you even announce the game. That'd be actually kind of exciting. So is this something you think they have to do though? They have to announce it. Hey, we're working on this, and it'll be ready there just to get the like CEOs and the board company and all that stuff, just to maybe pull in more money, possibly.
I mean, for their like investors, like sure, but that like I don't know. Like I don't feel like they have to announce games that are in development. Like if they have games that are in development, then like cool, like they could just like I don't know, like not make such a big deal about it. Like just say, you know, we got these games, you know,
Cheap
we're
marketing.
working on,
It's
not necessarily
cheap
that they're
marketing.
coming out.
Yeah, you're saying
What's that,
marketing,
James?
James?
Yeah, it's cheap marketing, feeding on what Lights is saying. What companies used to do is like a few months before a game had come out, they'd spend millions of dollars on marketing, TV, in every magazine, internet, etc. But now it seems like there's less marketing, but they let everyone know like a year. But Starfield was announced in 2018.
I think so. Yeah.
We're now in 2022. So, and if you think about it, there's not been a great deal of marketing for it.
No.
So what companies basically do now, or what it looks like, is they let the world know that this game is in development. Over the next few years, everyone knows. So they don't really need to market it. So it saves them money, but I think it's all money, isn't it?
Of course.
But then you get, this game's delayed, and I mean, let's not forget Bethesda's still, in a bad place since that horrible launch of Fallout 76. Those who are aware of that, everyone compares it to Cyberpunk, but don't remember they lost millions in shares. Bethesda did because of Fallout 76. When the game released, it was buggy. It didn't work properly. They didn't have security in place, so anyone that signed up and was required to put their payment details in, that all got leaked. The special edition bags that were sent out didn't match what people had pre-ordered.
Yep.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
They colossally messed up on Fallout 76.
Yeah.
So now they're releasing the next big game since that. Because if you think about it, Bethesda haven't released AAA games since that.
Is that the last one?
This will be the next big release for them.
Wow, okay.
And they do not want a repeat, especially now they're owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
Heads would roll if they had the same release. They've put it back, which, it goes back to the adage of if a game's released badly, that's all people remember.
Right.
But a game is only late until it's released.
Yeah. So Lightsy, even Pasternak said, I like the idea of announcing games a month out, like show it off and then say it's coming in 3 weeks. Enjoy. That would be mind-blowing. I like that.
I think... Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Lightsy.
I think the problem with that, like, sort of saying, like, giving such a short notice, saying, hey, here's a new game that we've been working on. Here it is in a month's time. Like, I think the problem with that is, like, they have to sort of tease it when it's quite early in development so that they can gauge what the response will be, like publicly. So, like, if they then tease it and the fan, like the people saying, oh, that's not what we want in a game, and then it completely falls flat because nobody wants it and it's not something that anyone wanted, but they worked on it for so long anyway, but nobody knew about it. It's gonna bite them in the butt, and I think they do need to tease it like quite early on so that they know in which direction to go with it.
All right.
And if it's not And if it's not something that people want, then they can then change it quite early on. Whereas if they do it in such late of a stage, then they won't have that option. So what I'd say is tease it early on so that they can get that, but not necessarily give a time frame. Because if they give a time frame, then they give that expectation of when it needs to be released.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like they can like announce that they have these games in development, but they don't have to necessarily have like it's going to be out by you know, like
Yep.
they can just have it open ended and then you know, when the game is more ready, then give it a release date.
All right, Mark.
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking like Battlefield 2042. That was the
Ugh.
last game that came out that had a whole bunch of hype that wasn't ready to come out, and no one had any clue that that game was going to have so many problems or anything coming out. I mean, they would have said, "Hey, let's delay it a month," but they tried to get a jump start on Call of Duty, and that backfired on them.
Yep.
I mean, I think I would much rather have the game be delayed, and of course you can like he said, you can put out advertisement without putting a date out. You know, you can just leave it as
Like
coming
we know
soon.
Sims 5 is coming, we just don't know when.
Exactly.
Alright.
Just put down the bottom coming soon or something like that. I just as a matter of fact, I forgot to mention I just restarted Red Dead Redemption 2 storyline. I remember when that game got delayed a few months back and everything, and which was fine because when the game did come out, it was
Perfect.
full and yeah, it was fantastic. And still, to me, that's one of the best storylines I've ever played in a video game.
Sure.
But yeah, I think it's worth worth announcing the game, you know, free as basically free advertisement for the next 3 or 4 years, you know, saying, hey, coming soon, and you know, just take your time, develop it right, but don't send out a piece of trash like Cyberpunk or Battlefield.
Exactly. So from Bloomberg News, I think it is Jason Schreier. This is where this info comes from. Last spring, he tweeted out, last spring before E3, I spoke to some folks on Starfield who were extremely worried about committing to November 11th, 2022. Date based on the progress they've made so far. Quotation says, next Cyberpunk was the term floated. Good on Bethesda for delaying even after announcing that specific date. So the trek of Cyberpunk, or the infamous history of Cyberpunk, I think is going to last for the rest of our days. I'm pretty sure it's going to. It's crazy. Also, Phil Spencer tweeted out, of course, he's head of Xbox. These decisions are hard on teams making the games and our fans. Let's read that again. These decisions are hard on teams making the games and our fans. While I fully support giving teams time to release these great games when they are ready, we hear the feedback. Delivering quality and consistency is expected. We will continue to work better and meet those expectations. The expectations thing, I almost think you just, like, I think Lightsy's onto something where just shut up for a while. But I also get what Lee's saying, too, that you have to stir up that hype as well. Like, hey, look what's coming. Look what's coming. It's a little frustrating. Even though I want Starfield, I'm going to play it either way. I'm going to get it. I'm going to play it. It's coming to Game Pass. I don't know if our PlayStation friends will be getting it. Time will tell. I assume they won't. Just throwing that out there. But it doesn't matter to Gaz because he has both systems anyways. So, yeah, or all three systems. Go ahead, Lacey.
Like, just take Pokemon for example, you know, like we know that we're gonna get new gens eventually. We know that we're getting remakes.
Yep.
We know that we're getting new games. They don't announce the new games until like less than a year before. Like, this new gen that's coming out, they just announced, 2-3 months ago?
Yep.
And it's coming out November. and we've barely gotten any information about it so far.
Okay.
But like the months leading up to it is when we get all the information about the game, you know? Like more people could do something like that.
Yeah. No, I suppose. Anything else, guys? Either way, it sucks, but like we want a good game. Cyberpunk, I put tons of hours into that, and I was like, all right, I'm done. I just can't because it's broken mess. It was funny for a while, and then it got frustrating. All right, we need to talk about this because I do have a larger fan base in the UK than anywhere. EA Sports will officially ditch FIFA branding next year. They are rebranding. They've dropped FIFA, which is pretty crazy. So it will be called EA Sports FC. Does anybody know what FC stands for? Because I don't know.
Football club? I don't know.
Maybe. Is that what it is, Lacey? Football club?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, and says, while the World Cup, which is scheduled to take place in Qatar later this year, will be included in FIFA 23, it won't feature in EA Sports FC moving forward. In order to reinforce this message about licensed teams to fans, EA Sports has partnered with a number of clubs, including Liverpool, to confirm that, yes, they are in the club. Mark, how heavy is this news? Because this FIFA whatever has been going on for nearly 30 years. EA Sports, FIFA. That's all we've known it as. I'm playing FIFA. What are you going to do? Play FIFA. That's it. You don't say EA Sports or anything. It's just FIFA. You know. Give it to me, Mark.
That's a very bad move.
Oh, okay.
Messing with my dog.
You're looking at me when you do it on my screen, though. You're looking right at me. You're like, shut up.
But he's just going crazy right
that's
now,
all right.
spazzing out.
Duke's a good boy.
That's a bad decision by EA. I don't know what they're thinking because the FIFA brand itself is such a cash cow for them. So maybe it's just a licensing thing where they're not trying to pay more royalty fees out to them and stuff like that. And I'm sure that's what it's going to boil down to is definitely money to the clubs or all the clubs or organizations that they're a part of.
Yep.
They're getting some of this money. So maybe that's why they're just trying to break up. But that's not a really good look for them because if you're going to break the contract there, is 2K going to pick it up?
Oh.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, the NFL runs a EA exclusive with Madden.
Yep.
And that's not fair to them. Like MLB was running exclusive with MLB The Show in PlayStation Studios. And those players were complaining, hey, there's money on Xbox as well and stuff like that. So, and you see what happened. PlayStation had to give up the rights and allow Xbox to get a hold of MLB The Show. NFL is not allowing 2K to get their hands on football since 2004, and that was one of the best NFL 2Ks. But the
Yep.
NBA is, it goes both ways, but NBA is mainly 2K because
Right.
NBA Live is a joke. So
It really
I
is.
mean, I think that could open up to the door to a potential battle down the line.
Okay, Lightsy, because you saw this news. What is your take on this?
From what I remember reading, I think the whole aspect of it that I got was that they're trying to kind of step back from releasing the same game over and over again, just with updated rosters.
Okay.
And they're just kind of going to make it just be one game and each year just update it with DLC and that. So it's just because
Okay.
I think they finally realized that that's exactly what it is. It's just the same game. They're not really adding much different things to them.
Yeah, the only thing
For
different is
years.
just players, isn't it?
I
Yeah.
think pretty
Players
much.
get updated and stuff.
So I think with this like FC kind of thing, they're just, getting the football clubs, the soccer clubs that, want to take part in it, that are going to, keep updating them with their rosters and all of that instead of just having FIFA,
Right.
which is the same thing.
All right, let's turn to our British friends because, with all honesty, even though soccer's huge, not huge, it's big in Canada, North America, we'll say, but really overseas in the UK and stuff. That's where football or soccer really is. Gaz, were you a FIFA player of games even back in the day? And what are your thoughts on EA dropping that?
I can't stand football.
Oh,
I really can't.
stone him!
Seriously, I can't stand football. Kicking a leather ball around on the pitch and get paid millions. It's boring.
Wow.
It is so boring.
Okay.
So boring. But if anybody doesn't know, FIFA 22 is free on PlayStation at the minute.
All right.
Just to let everybody know.
Becca,
I'm not a
it's
big
not
fan
just
of it.
kicking a ball. I hear you.
It is just kicking a ball.
All
Just
right.
kicking
So,
a ball
so
and taking
boring.
injuries when you go down.
yes. So, Gaz, you just don't care.
No, I like F1. That's the only sport I like. Football.
All right. No, that's cool. All right, Lee.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't like football. It's,
Okay.
It's 90 plus minutes of like Gaz said, kicking a ball, but I'd say more importantly, just flailing over on the floor.
Are me and
It's
Mark
like,
the only sports
oh my God,
gurus?
he- like they don't
You
even touch each
kicked
other.
my
It's like,
shin!
oh my
I
God,
can't
I'm falling
get
over.
up!
I'm gonna walk again. And then they just and then 5 minutes later they're fine and ready to go. It's like, what the heck? Stopping
Wow.
like it's. I mean, I know some people can be
Talk
dramatic.
about the British being pansies. Football players are the real pansies.
The Twilight Zone.
Mark, I don't know what's going on here. So, James.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Wait a minute. The three British people do not like soccer.
I get James.
It's
Do you like
not
soccer?
It's football, but it's
Or
terrible.
football?
I
I'm
can't stand it. I don't like the sport. I don't like the fans. I don't like the people that play.
I'm shocked.
It's just not.
Yeah.
It's a game
It's
for
terrible.
hooligans by hooligans.
Y'all got the crazy rivalries and everything. I mean, I know how I am with Duke and Carolina, but you guys have what's that? Madrid and Barcelona and what's the other one?
Go around a football stadium and try and find a brain cell.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Oi.
The brain cell is what they're kicking about.
So, Mark and I both are hardcore sports fans overall. Oh, I don't like soccer or men's football or soccer overall, but the sport I truly appreciate. I would play it as a kid. It was a lot of fun, but I am surprised, guys. I'm truly shocked. 3 British dudes couldn't give 2 craps about football. Wow.
But going to like the branding and the game, like I'd say that if I'd say changing it from FIFA, unless they have like a legitimate reason, like you said, for licensing issues and stuff like that, I think it's completely dumb that they're doing it, because unless FIFA has an actively negative sort of brand in terms of like publicly, if it's seen as like a really bad thing, then I get changing it. But just changing it out of the blue, it's dumb. Because it's like saying, oh, we're not going to call it Grand Theft Auto now. We're going to call it Steely Wheelie Automobile. It's like it doesn't work.
Sounds like a proper
Trademark.
retro game, that does.
But
Clearly.
yeah, and it's like so you can sort of see the problem with it's gonna be really weird. maybe they're jumping on the bandwagon of like, oh well, Facebook is now called Meta or some crap.
It's yeah.
But yeah, and like, you know, sometimes rebranding isn't such a good thing.
Stay there.
Heard a crash.
I heard a crash too. All right, so I'm truly shocked. I'm just saying. I'm truly shocked. And not just the fact that you guys aren't football fans, because not everybody enjoys all sports. And in your guys' case, you guys don't enjoy any sports, which is more shocking.
Dart and snooker.
Oh, you like pool?
I like darts.
Snooker and pool are different.
Yeah,
They are
snooker and pool.
different. But
Do you like black pudding?
And they're both not actual sports.
And we just all rope it all in. Ouch. Oh my gosh.
I'd rather watch Peppa Pig than watch football, though.
Well, you'd probably like to watch Peppa Pig other than most things.
What about
I do. I
Steely
used to
Willy
like
Automobile?
the Steely Willy Automobile is that was classic. So
That's it for now.
all right, so what was FIFA's reply or response? I think it was the next day or whatever. FIFA announces plans to release EA Sports FC Rival and more. Now that EA has kind of said no to the licensing and all that stuff, FIFA's like, well, crap, this is a cash cow. We need to do something. So, Mark, when you were saying possibly 2K, who knows? Right now, FIFA's in talks with development companies and game companies to create a FIFA brand sports game that's going to rival EA Sports FC. The only issue is EA has 30 years of making a soccer game. And yes, making a soccer game and or football, and we'll see what happens. So
FIFA 2K. I'm calling it right
FIFA
now.
2K would make a total sense.
Yep.
You know,
Either way, it will involve loads of people falling over and being hurt. So it's like it's not going to be that different after all, and kicking balls. So
in a net.
yeah.
so the best soccer
It's
game.
not going to be that different after all. Then
The best soccer game I ever played, remember playing, is International Superstars.
Sorry, my mom's calling.
Oh my gosh.
oh, well, you don't have to enjoy it so much.
All right, let's try that again. The best sports game or soccer game that I ever played is International Superstar Soccer 64. I put hours and hours into that, and it was awesome. Okay, now check this. Any Mass Effect fans? Wait till Gaz. There he is. Gaz, did you got to go eat?
I have actually. My dinner's ready.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, what the heck, Gaz? Mumsy, dinner's ready. All right. Any of you guys Mass Effect fans?
Yep.
Nah.
I haven't
have to
really
shoot off.
gotten into it.
I
What?
love
I love
Mass
it.
Effect. That's
Yeah.
that trilogy is one of my fave gaming trilogies of all time. Gaz, go ahead. Sorry. What,
You love Andromeda.
I'm going.
are you going?
I've got to get my dinner. Dinner's ready.
Oh, so you really do have to. Oh,
I have, yeah. My Sunday dinner's ready.
We've told you before, guys.
We're only on.
When I come back in, when I come back up, I'll come back in, show me dinner, and I'll leave.
No. Don't show your dinner.
no, just go.
All right, Gaz. Thanks, dude.
Right. Catch you later.
All
Enjoy
right,
your
bud.
yum yums.
What's what?
Enjoy your yum yums.
Steely Willy Automobile.
Hey, I like yum yums. You get them from Greg's. Right.
All right. See
Catch
you,
you
bud.
later.
See you, bud.
Bye.
Okay.
I don't even know what happened.
I don't
We
either.
didn't even get to the PlayStation news yet.
Gaz got his num nums.
I know, but anyways, all right, it's all good. Let's all right. So Mass Effect. Back to Mass Effect. I love Mass Effect. That is when they brought out the remake or whatever remastered. That was a day one purchase for me, and that's all I played. And I didn't really get to stream too much during that time. Like it was sporadic streaming, but oh my gosh, I went crazy and I played that one right to the end. I didn't play anything else except for what I was playing on stream. So check this out. Rumor, Bioware may have just confirmed the return of Commander Shepard in the new Mass Effect.
How?
So
The man's died about 5 times, right?
So the product description of a new lithograph based on concept art for the new Mass Effect game read, While Shepard and the survivors are left to pick up the pieces, fans are left wondering what's next. The text has since been altered with any mention of Shepard having been removed. Now, according... Always getting abandoned, I hear you. According to like a lot of the people discussing the ending of Mass Effect 3, you can interpret somehow Commander Shepard surviving in some sort of way. So I imagine everybody hated the ending of Mass Effect 3, and I imagine BioWare is going to do something to cause Commander Shepard to come back to life and be there. I don't know. Either way, my boy Commander Shepard, I love it. I just love Mass Effect.
He woke up and it was all a dream.
Oh no, they can't do a dream thing. Lightsy, would you give the new Mass Effect a go, or you just didn't play Mass Effect at all, right?
I didn't play Mass Effect, no.
All right, so do we
Played
oh, you did play Andromeda? Do we
Yeah,
do we discuss that right now? Give me your breakdown on Andromeda, Lightsy.
Well, my copy of it I got from a thrift shop.
Okay.
So it was a little scratched and I couldn't play
All right.
past like getting off at the first planet.
So for me, Andromeda was like a beginning of a Star Trek. We'll say, and I love Star Trek, but it was just like, oh, we're gonna explain strange new worlds and seek out new civilization, and then it failed miserably after like the first world, and it just got boring and terrible right after. Any other guys? Any of you fellas play Andromeda?
No, I watched you stream it when I was making that video. And you looked like you were pretending to enjoy it.
I was kind of pretending, but all right. So that's that. Let's go to this. Sony is. Oh yeah, this is Sony news. Guys, you ready for the Sony news? Enjoy your num-nums. My gosh. Sony is still gaming's second biggest moneymaker, but looks set to be overtaken. And it says Sony held on to its position as gaming's second. And I'm going to need your guys' info here in a sec here, because there's something I don't know, and again, I didn't do research about it. Sony held on to its position as gaming's second biggest moneymaker for the financial year ending March 31st, but it looks to set to fall a position once Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard is finalized, which I'm pretty excited. I can't wait till that's done. PlayStation pulled in $18.2 billion in revenue for the previous fiscal term, which is eclipsed only by Tencent's eye-watering $32.2 billion. Apple rounded out at the top three with $15.3 billion. Now, do any of you guys know what Tencent is?
Candy Crush?
I don't know.
I don't know. No.
I don't know
No,
why.
50 cents a rapper. Is he his discount Wish version or something?
It could be. Hold on here.
It's they do different kind of games. I mean, the one. I mean, I'm sure they've done a lot more, but the thing that I mainly know them from is they've done like PUBG Mobile and stuff like that. But I'm sure they've done more. That's really that I remember.
All right. So what I'm seeing is PUBG Mobile. I'm
Yeah.
seeing Honor of Kings, League of Legends.
Oh no, that's not Tencent. That's Riot.
No, but I wonder if Tencent has something. Does Tencent own Riot?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no worries, Mark. I'm seeing Ring of Elysium. I'm seeing Crossfire. I'm seeing Call of Duty Mobile, Moonlight Blake. So either way, what games have Tencent? Either way, oh my gosh, $32.2 billion in just the fiscal term.
For a company I've never heard of.
No,
Mhm.
and the only reason I know about them is when I watched the IGN's Xbox podcast, and Ryan McCaffrey mentions Tencent, not all the time, but he mentions them, and I think that was one of the things is Microsoft possibly buy Tencent or something like that. Either way, holy crap, $32.2 billion, and so if Activision Blizzard, if that is finalized, Microsoft can move into second place right behind that, which is really exciting and good news. I think it's good. All right. And what are your thoughts on that, guys? Just while we're waiting for Mark to come back.
Well, we're just seeing a lot of things switch around, like sort of like different names for things, different different things owned by other things. So it's like it's sort of switching things up, and we'll see if
Like
that
a new
actually.
manager came in and took over.
Yeah. Yeah, a year of acquisitions last year and stuff, and they're still happening this year, which is pretty wild. What do you guys? Let's while we're waiting for Mark to come back. What are the rumors you think is going to come to pass with PlayStation or Xbox buying next? James.
I think they'll all gobble up as much as they possibly can.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I think PlayStation only will because, retaliation for Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
If Microsoft hadn't bought all the companies that they bought, do you really think Sony would have gone for Bungie?
I don't think so.
Kind of a tit for tat sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, what are the big companies, could they purchase? I mean, EA is so big, they're off the table.
Do you think?
EA's worth pretty much as Microsoft and Sony.
Microsoft or
that.
Xbox?
Right,
Microsoft or
so-
Xbox?
Microsoft.
Really? Hold on here.
Mhm.
Electronic. Huh. Electronic.
What about Ubisoft?
Ubisoft,
that's-
yeah, they could. That's another one, yeah.
I think Sony might take that.
So, in 2020, EA's revenue was only 5.54 billion.
Is it? What's the company worth though? Because revenue is one thing, but the actual value. Because EA own a lot of their money's in their properties. In the early 2000s, they gained the reputation of being the company that gobbled everyone up. It's one of the reasons I don't like it.
So it's only 33 points. I say only. It's only because we've seen some crazy acquisitions, but 33.64 billion.
And what did they buy Activision for? Sorry, I'm making you Googlings now.
No, wasn't it 30 something billion? Or no?
Okay, I'm
no.
not incorrected then. I thought they were way bigger.
Okay. What is Microsoft?
Yeah, EA gobbled up a lot of. I'd like to see a lot of old, like smaller studios return, like Westwood that made Command and Conquer, gobbled up by EA. Bullfrog, who made all of the old theme park games, which were incredible on the Mega Drive and PlayStation or Genesis, gobbled up by EA.
So,
Um,
as of May 11th, 2022, Microsoft's net worth is 2015.6 billion.
Okay, so I was a bit off the mark.
So is
for
that-
then?
So what is that 2 trillion?
Well, 2715.
No, 2015.6 billion. So I'm trying to
201.
is that I'm trying to think. I can't think right now. Is that trillion?
that's like 2 trillion.
Yeah, 2
If it's
trillion.
1,000, yeah, to a trillion.
200,000. No.
Yeah, I think
200
yeah, so I
2
think it's
trillion.
2 trillion.
200 billion. 201 billion.
I can't think right now, but that's insane. Microsoft could buy anything. They could probably buy Sony, to be honest. But I would like to see Microsoft buy Nintendo. But you will see. I'm calling it right now. You'll see Nintendo and Xbox do an alliance thing. Just throwing that out there.
Well, they could buy Sega. Could you imagine that?
That would be
Sega's
cool.
a software developer now. They went out of the console market in 2003 or something. So all of their intellectual properties could be purchased, but I don't know if they have special deals with Sony.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sega announced that they have a bunch of games coming out soon, but they're most of them remakes and enhancements or whatever that's called.
The new Sonic game in a couple, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see here. All right.
You sound excited.
One last thing before we hit the main topic is people are recording concerts on their 3DS consoles. Apparently this is a thing. Go to a concert, grab your 3DS, and you hold it up and you record it. And so I was talking to Lightsy and Gaz before he had to go for dinner about this, and Gaz had brought out his 3DS only to tease us and leave. So what are your guys? You guys, James and Lightsy, and Mark, I assume you had a 3DS, right? Oh, I can't hear you, my man.
No, never have.
Oh, okay, all right. Excellent. James and Lightsy, then, did you guys ever use it for video? Like, let's record a video or something like that?
No.
I had a 3DS.
Oh, okay.
And it was great. I didn't really use the video aspect of it, but when I did, I can't say that it was the best of quality. So using it for concerts and stuff doesn't seem like the best idea.
I watched
It's
the
old
video.
technology now, though.
I
because
watched the
it's
video
like-
clip. It looked pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, and it was
Okay.
dark.
I was kind of thinking like, oh, well, why don't you just take a cheap old phone and then that would be easier to do within a 3DS. But hey, whatever works for them.
I saw that story and I'm just like, okay, this is actually curious. That's kind of cool. I wonder what the kids think of this stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. But there's a picture of a dude holding it up, and he's watching a concert and he's videoing it with his 3DS. So that was funny. All right. Are you anything else before we shift to a more serious topic?
Nada.
Nada. Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's break this down. Yesterday, and I think who was it? Was it Gaz that shared the story on the gaming podcast?
It was
Oh, it was Mark. It was Mark. Mark, did you want to just take the lead on this for a little bit and give us a breakdown on what you read?
Sure. So let me actually go back to the article. So I got wind of this as I was walking to my kitchen, and the TV in my living room normally always has the news on. And so when I seen the bottom of the stream Buffalo supermarket shooting live stream on Twitch, this was 2 hours after it happened, where apparently somebody, they were on Twitch, they decided to log in, went live, and just opened up fire at a grocery store. And I believe 13 people were shot. I want to say I have to check to see the updates, but there were 10 people dead last time I looked at this story.
Yeah, I think it's
And-
still 10 people.
Twitch immediately said that the account was banned indefinitely and stuff like that. And this is nothing on Twitch. This is nothing against Twitch at all. There's no way of controlling what people do on your platform and stuff like that. It's just like Facebook Live or anything else. You can't control what people do.
Yeah, you can only react to it.
Correct. And they did react to it very fast, and I'm sure all the video feed and everything was already transferred to the police departments and stuff like that. They are handling this case and this situation, but to those families and everything, I do offer my condolences and my prayers out to them and everything like that, because it's a terrible situation, and this is an increase in violence alone. And America is definitely an issue. There's more and more of these shootings that happen every single day, and it's unfortunate. And it's a shame that it was done on it's a shame it was done in general, but the fact that the guy actually live streamed it on a gaming platform, it's really terrible. I don't know what kind of viewers this guy had, how many followers he had, or anything like that, or what really led to him doing this kind of stuff. But this goes back to our main subject of video game violence. Is video games to blame for stuff like this? This has been an ongoing topic since the very early 90s when Mortal Kombat came out.
That's right. Yeah.
Mortal Kombat was really the start of this, and even before that, in the comic book era, I remember comic books were the root cause of all the problems. They said that comic books enacted violence, then it turned into video games. And nowadays you'll probably say it's movies, because I remember when The Dark Knight came out, was that 2008, and there was the guy that dressed up as the Joker went to a movie theater in Colorado, I want to say, and he opened up fire on people in Colorado. And the last Joker movie that came out, there was people were forewarned before it even hit theaters that it may cause try to find the right word for it. Um, they believe they believe that there was going to be violence coming out of this movie with people.
Yeah, the mental
in
health aspect of the last Joker movie was pretty intense.
it was very intense, and that was a very and to me that was one of the best comic book movies
True.
I've ever seen. Joaquin
was
Phoenix
powerful.
did a fantastic job, and you're right, it was absolutely powerful, and that movie actually it really helped me hone in on mental illness and people and stuff like that, and a lot of these people need sympathy. But I want to know more about this shooter, this guy
Right.
that did this in Buffalo yesterday. I want to know more information. Where did he get these guns from? Because ultimately, I believe that I don't know how old he is. Did they say?
No, not yet. I do have extra information here, but I don't see. You keep going. I'll just see if I can find his age or whatever.
But I want to know, who are the parents of this person. If he was 18 or older and stuff like that, then I say, you're adult at that point. But still, where did he get these guns? And if he was a teenager, a young teenager, where are the parents at? Why are you not paying attention to your kid? Because that's another issue where parents are so careless about their guns, they'll leave them out for the kid to be able to grab them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's an absolute shame that we do not have better gun control here in the United States. I
Right.
have 3 guns. All 3 of them are locked up. Well, I ain't going to say where they are,
Of
but
course,
all
of
3 of them
course.
are locked up, where only I can have access to them.
Right.
And they're there for self-defense only of my house. And because I have woods around my house, I do have coyotes, snakes, all sorts of stuff out there. So I always got to be prepared because of my dog.
Right.
Now, I have everything under control in my situation. I don't understand why people need these assault rifles, these machine guns, or anything. It's absolutely ridiculous. I think we need to get gun control better in the United States, and that's just my opinion on that.
Well, you're the only American here, and so you have a platform here, Mark, and that's totally fine. I can't argue with you. I'm in Canada. Lightsy's in Canada. We have. I don't own firearms or anything like that. We don't need to. But there's a lot of hunters here in New Brunswick because it's all woods and they like to hunt. And I'm pretty sure Nova Scotia has lots of hunters. All of Canada, really, a lot of hunters and stuff. But let's just go here, and then I want to read you guys an interesting fact somebody had mentioned. So. The shooter, whose online username, we don't even care about his online username, and you can find a story on Kotaku, it's the #1 story, has been taken into custody after live streaming the whole thing on the gaming platform Twitch. The company confirmed Saturday evening. The shooter released a 180-page manifesto detailing his racist and anti-Semitic views, which he partially attributes to controversial online forum 4chan. The document also mentions that he appears to be a private Discord chat server, which he allegedly detailed his plans in advance. Well, the shooter happened. Yeah, it says where it happened. So apparently on this 4chan, and there was an interesting topic or mention that I was kind of blown away with. The dude, he had tactical gear, a tactical helmet, and a camera that he was live streaming while he was doing. While many are sharing a Twitch account connected to the shooter's known username, the Amazon-owned company has terminated the Twitch channel. Video of the incident has been pulled offline, though there are screenshots and short clips of the event still floating around. He also has a Steam account. So the reason we're talking about this is he is a gamer, and I'm not sure how much he live streamed at all, and I guess I didn't care. But here's the kind of annoying thing, and I don't want to get too political on it, so I'll do my best because I have very strong opinions. But the long manifesto is 180-page manifesto, which dives deep into the shooter's supposed mindset and cites 4chan as a source of his radicalization, noting, "There I learned through infographics, crap posts, and memes that the white race is dying out, that blacks are disproportionately killing whites, and that the average black takes $700,000 from taxpayers in their lifetime, and that the Jews and the elite were behind this." One, that just blows my mind. It's 2022. There should be zero racism in 2022. Every one of us are equal. It's just mind-blowing. The manifesto also included not only step-by-step instructions for the mass shooting he intended to carry out, but diagrams as well. Screenshots of Discord shared on social media, while not confirmed to be legitimate, also purports to show someone with the same username, going into deep specifics regarding a planned action, apparently well ahead of the shooting. And I've heard a lot about 4chan, and I'm not a member of 4chan. I don't ever plan on being a 4chan member. I've just heard how vile and disgusting, even worse than Twitter is. And the fact that they use everything a gamer uses, they use it. Twitch, YouTube, Discord. That's what we use. We all have that. And it's truly is mind-blowing. So let's jump to the topic. Oh, I want to read this for you too. Mark, this one's mainly for you. This person commented, his name is D Walker. He says, "When a racist psychopath kills double digits of people in Germany, it's a major event that shocks the entire nation and gets declared a terrorist attack. But here in America, it's just another Saturday, business as usual. This is the 19th week of 2022, and we've had over 140 mass shootings so far." And then he puts, "This is not normal." So I Googled that fact, and I typed in mass shootings in the U.S. 2022, and there's 7 pages of where it happened, how many were shot, and how many died. And 140 seems right. I didn't want to count them. That's mind blowing.
Yep. So, and let me show this too. So just Friday night. So I don't know how many, if I told any of y'all, but I have a brother up north in Cleveland, Ohio, who's graduating from State Trooper Academy this Thursday this Friday coming up. So I'm actually flying up to Cleveland to go see him graduate. So he's about to be a cop for the state of Ohio. And this is my local news from, I don't know if y'all can see it.
30 rounds
It's
fired.
from,
Yeah.
Yep, 30 rounds fired. Fecal matter thrown and Molotov cocktails used. Somebody actually went to the police station in our state capital and was opening up fire against the cops, throwing poop
Crap, yeah.
and pee at them, and Molotov cocktails. So he was lighting them on fire and throwing it at police. And this is like the norm for us every single day. And this is not the first time. I live in Fayetteville, which we've had a couple shootings. We've had one that's famous for Fort Bragg soldier. He was at the base, and he was shooting at soldiers while they were doing PT. We have something called the Luigi's Massacre, where there was a restaurant called Luigi's in Fayetteville, where there was a guy. He got drunk and went to this restaurant not too far from where I live, and started with the shotgun, started shooting the people inside of there, and the restaurant owners tried to save everyone. Restaurant's still open. The kids run it now. There's a huge memorial for the parents as soon as you walk in the door and stuff like that. But there's so much crime and so much violence that it's a shame. You know, I almost wish I didn't live here. I wish I did live in Canada or the UK. I'm sure, you know, you guys have your fair share of problems too, but
Sure.
just the overall gun violence here is really bad.
Yeah.
Nothing compared to what you've got. I mean, the UK has a problem with stabbings, but nothing to nothing to the extent of your gun crime. You know, every 3 or 4 weeks, you might hear one person stabbed and in hospital, in the news. But
Once
it's,
every couple of weeks, you said?
yeah, every couple of weeks,
Oh,
somewhere in
here in
the
Halifax and Dartmouth, we have at least, well, in the last 3 weeks, we've had like 4 stabbings.
Yeah, Halifax is
Wow.
really bad over the last couple years.
Actually, there was one yesterday, Friday, either Saturday or Friday. That happened just after it was either just after I'd gotten home from my dentist appointment, or if it was just after I got home from work yesterday, that there was a lot of police action on my street, and somebody had gotten stabbed just up the road, and they caught the suspect like right in front of my building.
So, do you want to know what dominated the St. John news in the last week? Is a bear was prowling around the children's play area at the Irving Nature Park, and then
Was he trying to steal some picnic baskets?
I don't know, but they killed the bear like 3 days later, just because it was walking. It was around. That was our news. That was our St. John news, and so the fact that like we're bombarded with American news constantly, and the mass shootings just rips me apart.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad, and you feel for it. So, I heard a lot about stabbings in the U.S. Halifax is pretty bad, which is Lightsy's her province she lives in. That's the capital. But with all honesty, New Brunswick, where I live, overall is if even one person is murdered or something, like it's the end of the world in this province. It's just like, oh my gosh, and that news goes on for weeks and weeks and weeks because it's a big deal here. And so
we in Halifax are still going on about that Portapesk mass shooting that happened last year.
Yeah, and it's wild. It's a rare occurrence. Even stabbings, it's a rare occurrence of violence for the most part. Like it's a rare occurrence. I don't. It's such second. What do you guys have to deal with? It's so mind blowing, and I don't understand it. So, Mark, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, we're dealing with a lot of drive-by shootings in the state of North Carolina where I'm at. That's an ongoing theme right now in Raleigh and Durham area. Just last week, there's a couple drive-by shootings. Yeah, it's crazy. I really do have to actually, and I do live in a rough area too. I'm sure you heard me say there's gunshots off in the distance and stuff like that. I'm used to it, and that's not a good thing to be used to something like that.
No.
I do have to carry my gun to work every single day, and I'm a car salesman, and it's not like I'm carrying around my gun at work, but I have to carry it to the drive to work and to the drive home because people right now are just shooting people for no reasons. If you cut somebody off in traffic, you get shot.
Yeah, Mark, that's mind blowing. The fact that you take a gun to you gotta go around with a gun. That's mind blowing. I can't imagine.
It's terrible.
Just to feel safe.
Yeah.
Or semi-safe, I guess. Like,
I don't want to hurt nobody.
No, but do you have peace of mind carrying the gun, or are you more on edge with a gun on your hip?
So I was in my last job. I worked at a bingo hall. We got warned, probably a week before that there was possibly going to be somebody was going to shoot us. Shoot at the bingo and stuff like that. Little did we know, we've heard empty threats and stuff in the past, but I'm coming in from outside. Security is right here over my shoulder. I'm going to the left. He's going to the right, and somebody opens up fire, and they shoot through the window, and you hear the first shot, and you're like, that's not what I think it is it? Then the second and third shot comes in, and everyone hits the ground and stuff like that. We seen the lady, she got shot in her temple. The bullet went through her eye. Thank God for that. She did survive. She just lost her eye. She miraculous recovery, and it was actually from a 45 handgun, which is a very powerful gun. But that's still fresh in my mind and stuff like that, and it's like you just don't know, so it's always better to be prepared because and they teach you in gun control classes, it's either going to be your life or theirs,
Oh
and
my
and that's the
gosh.
problem.
That's so foreign to
And
me.
yeah, and that's the problem. And they also tell you in those concealed carry classes that you shoot to kill because the dead man can't talk. You know, we have like in Florida and everything, they have that stand your ground law.
Yeah.
It's so bad, and it gets very political, where one side, I'm not trying to get political, but one side of the group, mainly Trump supporters, they say, oh, they're trying to take our guns. They're trying. Well, yeah, you know what? I will say I would love to take everyone's guns away. If you want to have a rifle for hunting purposes, so be it. If you want to have a pistol, something to defend your house in case, so be it. You don't need these guns. What do you need? I know people that have 30, 40 guns in a gun locker right now. Yes, they're locked up. Are they a responsible gun owner? Are they saying yes to extent? But I don't believe anybody with more than 5, 6, 7 guns is a responsible gun owner, because you don't need. What are you doing?
Hmm.
That's the problem. What are we doing? I can't stand this.
Yeah, it's harsh.
I can't stand having to go to work every day and with a gun, having to worry about the car next to me and stuff like that, or go to the grocery store. You're going to the grocery store to buy
That's one,
groceries.
yeah. That's one thing that really put me on edge when I would visit the States. Like, the times that I'd go to Michigan, like they're an open carry state, and just to like be parked outside of the bank and like to see people going into the bank with a gun on their hip, or into the grocery store, or like anywhere, like
Yeah.
it's unsettling. And I know, like, I can recall just the other day here at my work, someone came in and I was completely unsettled because they had a freaking machete on their hip.
What?
Yeah, like, cuz Canada, we're not allowed, we can't carry guns.
Right.
So people find other things that they can carry around for self-defense, and this guy just had a freaking machete
That's wild.
on his hip.
Kirby's
And
from
like,
Michigan.
that disturbed me more than a gun.
I want to know if Kirby carries. She's from Michigan, and we all know Michigan. Well, I don't know if we all know, but in North America, we know Michigan is actually really it has its really poor areas and it's pretty violent. So let's take her back to video games. And James, do these video game and I love these topics, honestly, even though it may not seem like it's video game related, but like these are personal stories, and we're all gamers, and this one story triggers these memories, and so it's all relevant. And so, James, does violent video games cause somebody to go crazy and start shooting? Like, hey, look at me, I'm gonna live stream me murder 10 plus people?
No, it's just the next thing, isn't it? Or before video games, like Mark said, people used to say, "Oh, comics are bad." Then it was films. Does anyone remember when Clockwork Orange came out?
I remember when it came out, but I didn't know.
And the film got banned because it was so. Basically, the premise of the film is you follow around one guy who has a thing on his eye, and the whole film is about just him going around raping people, murdering people in horrible ways, and blah blah blah. And the scary thing is that's actually quite a tame film now. Things like that. But back then, when it was released in the 70s or very, very early 80s, it was like people couldn't stand to watch it in the cinemas. Now everyone's climatized to that because it happens on a daily basis. But
Right.
going back to that, back then it was films start violence, and even before then it was the newspapers, and before that it was the radio. There was a radio station in the UK back in the 1940s, I believe. I'm very older know this stuff.
Yeah.
That started, some riots and things, and they were like, should radios be banned? So there'll always be something for people to be to blame it on other things.
Right.
Don't look at the person, how they were brought up, how their parents, were a failure, blah blah blah. Don't look at any of that. It's TV, it's a game, it's the books they're reading.
Right.
There's no self responsibility anymore. It's always the fault of something else. So I think the whole argument of games is a load of old tosh. I really do.
Okay. Lightsy, what are your thoughts on that? Because I need to ask all of you, and I want to know your guys' thoughts. And I know we've talked about this before, but we'll talk about this again in the future, no doubt.
I don't know. I think I'm like it's tough to say because like you can see how some people who are extremely introvert and don't go out in the public, I guess, and their views on the world could be like only through games or something, just some kind of deranged mind.
Okay.
Mental health wise, they just get into playing the game and they're like, okay, well, this is how the world is, kind of thing, I guess.
So they have a problem with separating the video game world that they're consumed into and the real life world
from reality. Yeah.
Okay. And so I was going to bring that up in a little bit. And so, all right, so we'll do that here in a sec. Lee, how about you? What's your thoughts?
I mean, there's many sides to it. Like from like if I'm honest, I wouldn't say that like video games are the problem, but they can be a catalyst.
Okay.
So they can, I don't think like solely from games or from films, which are like they can do that, but I think like if the idea is already there from another means, perhaps it can maybe escalate it, because I mean, like, people are generally stupid, but and there's no and they can do stupid things out of fear, and I think fear is a big one. Like to think that like Mark, he doesn't want to carry a gun. He doesn't want to live his life traveling with a gun, but he does it out of his own protection. And it's like how I see it is that guns are not a protective weapon. They're a weapon. They're like it. Their sole purpose is to maim and kill things. They're not a defensive thing, and it's sort of, but I'd like it's really hard to gauge, I'd say. But you can, but with saying like it's not the game's fault. That like on the flip side, like you can get kids and the kids are curious. They might do something that they don't quite understand, and they just think it's like oh, you can respawn in a game. Maybe you can respawn in real life. It's like I don't know, like that's just a wacky concept, but like it. But then you get like I remember a story years ago that a kid hurt himself or maybe broke his leg by jumping off a high place with an umbrella because he saw it on Fortnite. Like that sort of thing. It's like, but that's fairly harmless. But but
Or
then you
kids
get
that are
the odd
going
stuff
out
that,
and like, stealing a car and
yeah,
running around thinking they're in GTA.
yeah, and when you get wasted in GTA, you just turn up at the hospital and nothing's wrong. Like it's I don't think games are solely to blame, but I can see why people would think that, and and how games can be a bit of a catalyst for something that's already there.
All right.
To have people make these decisions out of curiosity, out of fear, um, and that's generally like what, because if you think about the guy that we were talking about who live streamed it on Twitch, it seemed like he was doing it because he was fearful of white people like being removed. He was, in a sense, he was fearful, but what he did was, uh, but that's absolutely no
He was
excuse.
just racist.
And
Yeah, racist piece
people
of
do,
trash.
yeah, people do stupid things out of fear,
All right.
and that's one of them.
All right, Mark, how about you? Video games
So-
cause these issues?
No, video games don't cause these issues. People cause these issues, and it's I'm sorry. It's just I grew up in the Mortal Kombat era. I grew up in GTA era and all that stuff and everything like that. I'm used to. I play Call of Duty all the time and stuff like that. And it's people not I some people have health issues, some people have mental issues and stuff like that. And some I can't understand a racist. Um, it's just racist people are just scum to me. They're scum of the earth and everything. It just I don't believe why anybody should believe that just because their skin color they're better than the other
Right.
person or where the person is from and everything. I'm half white, half Japanese. You know, I've dealt with racist customers and stuff throughout various jobs I've had and everything. And you just look at these people like what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? And it's just, and a lot of it is just how people are brought up. You know, if that kid or man or whatever he was, if if he's racist and stuff like that, it had to come from somewhere. Usually it's starts from the parents and stuff
Yeah.
like that. There's a lot of racist people around here and everything, and that's how they started and everything like that because their parents grew up in that era and stuff like that, and they're still trying to live in the 1960s or the 1870s and stuff like that. They just can't live in 2022. There's no room for any kind of racism at all.
Yeah,
I believe one way we can fix gun control for sure is that if there's any racist remark made by any person, that guy, if he was found out to be racist and everything, then they should automatically take your guns away.
Yeah.
How
No
how
matter-
would they control that though? Like you'd have to have so many people, like you'd have to go on merit based on who's going to report it. Like if you're having a one-on-one conversation with someone and something comes across as racist, do you report that? If it just comes off as racist to you, do you report it if this person is speaking to a group? Like do they
If
post it online? You gonna have somebody controlling every post online, looking at like
I believe
And
I,
and
I
and if
believe there's a
so,
way.
that idea can maybe be abused, where it's like people who aren't actually racist, but the people who, like, the people can just say, "Oh, you're racist," and have
yeah.
their guns taken away, even though they're not. That sort of thing.
So if there's like substantial evidence, like the FBI here in the U.S., they keep track of all of our Google searches, all of our data searches, and everything, and they say they're not, and they're not paying attention to everybody.
Oh,
They
they
are.
are. Yeah,
They
are.
are. I can tell you this. If you looked up like September 11th conspiracy theories, then at one point in time you are automatically put on the terrorist watch list here in America. It's crazy. It's crazy as that sounds, but it's true. So I know the FBI monitors everything that we Google search and stuff like that. Why not pick up on those algorithms and stuff like that? Certain keywords and stuff like that. Let there be substantial evidence before you take somebody's guns away, but let there be a record starting at a point saying, okay, he said this online. We linked it back to his IP address, and we did some more research, and we found that this guy is showing some prejudice. Then we should take his guns away.
Wow.
And ban him from owning weapons. I believe that's a way of fixing things. I mean, when there's smoke, there's fire. I always say that.
No, I get it. There's so many variables, right? And
Yeah.
parenting is one for sure, but we all know not every home has two parents as well. And usually for the most part, it's the men leaving the family, and the mother's left working two jobs, hardly ever home, video games, and the internet, has to raise kids. And it's there's so many variables, and mental health is definitely huge in that. I've not played a video game and be like, you know what, I'd like to go do that. I'd like to go do a super uppercut and knock somebody's head off or something like that, but I don't know. David said, well, pedophiles have a watch list. Should racist?
Yes, absolutely.
That's huge. Oh, Lightsy.
I think the loss of powers to the police and
Is that not like a terrorist watch list?
I don't know. Could be. I think so.
Well, the problem is they do not, for some reason here in America, they do not classify racists as terrorists, and I don't see how you can separate, because
What's the difference?
Exactly. What is the difference? I agree with you.
I think like it's a very difficult thing in any way you look at it, because it's like, yeah, it's they may not be that abundant, I guess, but it's like but racism is like rooted everywhere. If you think like even in the police, like the even though it's not that abundant, you can get the case where you are with a racist policeman. Like it's not it's not it's not unfathomable that could happen. So like even putting trust into something like that, like the police, when to root out the racism when in a way they can be corrupted by that themselves. It
Sure.
just makes it all the more difficult to try and find a resolution to it.
All right, James, you were starting to make a statement there.
I was just saying that I think a lot of issues as well come from budget cuts in the police, and the fact that the police. I don't understand why anyone would want to become a police officer now. Everyone's filming you. Everything you do is scrutinized, and it's just for what you get paid for the dangers. And plus, you're always under investigation for something. I don't know what it's like in America, but over here, especially, it's not an attractive thing,
So I just wanted to jump in,
It's
James.
much
Sorry.
easier.
The thing, I just wanted to jump in with that because it's definitely different in the U.S. than it is in the U.K. And Lee had mentioned up how much racism is embedded into police forces as well. And a lot of the times, people of color, people of different nationality are approached extremely different than a white person in a car. And that is all over the U.S. Like as a white person, a cop comes, it's like, oh, okay, cool. And let's say a person of color, and this is their parents teaching their kids and their grandkids, both hands on the wheel, and you keep it there, and you don't move, and you don't speak unless you're spoken to. That's the huge difference between like the UK and even the US. Like it's scary to be a person of a different nationality in the US than it is to just be a white person. It's insane. And so all of these cameras now are bringing out and exposing tons of racism. Even in Canada too. We have a lot of not a lot. We have police officers who are racist towards Indigenous people. Oh, his belly must be full. Towards Indigenous racism in Canada is huge, and and it's being brought to light, and this hurts me big time because I have such a positive outlook on Canada, but those unmarked graves of Indigenous children kills me.
Oh, I saw that. That was
Kills me. And we're not talking about 1 to 2 or 5 different graves. We're talking about many graves of kids, and it's insane, and it's a nightmare, and I can't stand it, and it hurts.
Your Prime Minister had to apologise publicly for it, didn't he?
Well, every new Prime Minister has to apologise to the Indigenous folk, and that'll always be like that forever. Mark's putting on his hat like, Gaz, where's your hat? But yeah, it's definitely different. It definitely is different, and I understand what you're saying. Why would you want to be a police officer? And I think the majority of them want to do the right thing and make a difference in their community. But boys, oh boys, there needs to be a huge balance in, as Mark was saying, control.
That's what my brother's goal is, becoming a state trooper. He said he wants to be one of the ones that do make a difference and everything like that. And you know, I have a lot of cop friends throughout Fayetteville. I work with a retired cop for 32 years, and the vast majority of them are good. But the good thing with the cameras is you do eventually find those bad apples. But unfortunately, it takes an event to happen before you find those bad apples.
Yeah.
But once you find them,
And
at
if there's
least
more bad apples that are just going to hide that video and make it disappear.
Yes, and that is an issue where some videos and stuff does get deleted somehow. You just don't know how, or the video becomes corrupt. But yes, being a cop is an extremely hard and difficult job and everything, and I don't understand why anybody would want to do it with the way things are currently. But if you're a person that's all about making a change and being that difference, then that's definitely a career for you.
Sure. All right, we could honestly talk about this for hours. I'm just saying it was such an awesome. I'm not saying it as this was an awesome topic, but I think the realism that really brings everything out within us. Like we legit have honest opinions. What was that, Mark?
I do got a question now. What you know, this main thing was about video games, but it's supposed to be. What would you say is a video game that you feel like has gone too far as as the violence and stuff like that?
Only one. Airport shooting in a Call of Duty. Only one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I hated that. I've yet 2022 I've played that game several times. I've still not pulled the trigger to shoot innocent civilians in a video game at in that Call of Duty game. I'm just throwing that out there. That's it. Anyone else? Feels like any games have gone too far?
Or any moment in the game that went too far.
Yeah, or a moment, yeah.
We've only got GTA, haven't you?
A couple moments in that game, really.
The things that you can do in there, pick people up and wait until they get out the car and kill them and get the money back. And
well, hey, you build your health up, though, right?
Well, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I've not had a game. I mean, I've played some gruesome games, like Martha is Dead has some very, very disturbing moments. I don't know if anyone's played that.
Not yet. We talked about it, yeah.
I've played it from start to finish and completed it. There are certain scenes. The face peeling scene isn't as bad as the other scenes.
Okay, wow.
There are things far, far worse that, as I was doing it, I was like, I can't believe this isn't a game. I've never done anything like this. And
Wow. Okay.
never will. I've never had a game where I thought this is how is this allowed? But there is a song, going off topic a little bit, that's no longer on YouTube. It's from a band called SIA,
Okay.
and it was removed from YouTube because the entire video is basically about why everyone should get together and kill ginger people. So the music video is literally a group of ginger people, sorry Kaz, running in a desert and soldiers tying them down and then running and killing all of these people that are running. You see a ginger kid of about 7-8 years old just being shot in the head. That's the music video.
Right.
And that was banned. And I was like, wow, who thought about making this?
Now, Grim said Manhunt or Postal 2 would get my vote for Crazy Games. Anyone else? Crazy Games, Crazy Moments? That's like too far?
I'm more interested in shooting the ginger people. Oh, I've never heard that one.
I haven't heard that
Like
either.
I say, it's not on YouTube. I can't remember the name of the song, but I know it was from a band called SIA, or SIA, however you say it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, if you Google say ginger people being killed, you'll see. It was a lot of controversy about 10, 12 years ago. I never played Manhunt, but I did hear that got banned in several countries because it was so bad.
Yeah.
But then loads of games have been banned in countries because they're bad, you know?
Actually, there was something else that was banned. It's not a game though. It was a program called Ghostwatch. They aired that once, and it got banned for so many years, and then they decided to bring it back on DVD.
Right.
All right.
Called Ghostwatch because it was very realistic. It was with her out of Going Live, short hair, and I forgot her name. Out of Going Live and her husband, and Craig Charles was in it as well. And it was like proper paranormal things going on, but it was all set up to be real. And everybody was having heart attacks watching it, and they was getting complaints, so they had to take it. They had to take it off the television for so long.
Oh no, that's not the one that I'm thinking of.
But it was called Ghost Watch.
Ghost Watch. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the horror movie that some theaters had to like request priests to be outside the
The Exorcist.
theater. The people
Exorcist.
can't. Yeah.
My mother, that scared the crap out of my mother back in the 70s. She said, like, her face was white, everything. That back then, that was a scary movie. Now it's kind of a joke, but we're all desensitized, kids. It's crazy. All right, courtesy of James Mucklin, we have trivia questions. Yeah. Now, James, do you know the answer to these?
Yes, so I won't answer them.
All right, all right. So,
Well, today I've got different ones because James is here.
oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Now,
So James answer.
all right, so Paul's at 19, Mark's at 16, Lightsy's at 11, Gaz is at 10, Data's at 5, Caleb's at 2, James is at 0. All right, so let's go.
Okay. It's sort of really switched the tone.
He's trying to find the questions.
No.
He just
no,
made
no,
them
it's
up.
just no.
Trying to find the answers.
No, it's just like the tone's really switched. So,
That's all right, just ask away.
okay. All right. In the Halo games,
Yep.
there's the alien. There's the alien. What name of the alien alliance who are the main antagonists in the first trilogy of the Halo games?
Whatever James says it is. That's my answer. All right, what are they?
What was the question again? Sorry, I was typing.
What is the name of the alien alliance who are the main antagonists in the first trilogy of the Halo games?
Okay.
Is it the Horde, the Covenant, the Poros, or the Chozo?
Okay, James has to answer last. All right.
I would say the second one.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the Covenant, but I don't know if I don't know if you said the good guys or the bad guys. So I'm just going to Covenant.
The antagonist.
And okay, bad guys. Lightsy.
Oh.
The Covenant.
Mark.
The bad guys.
The antagonist.
That would be the Horde.
Oh, and then all right. So James.
It's the Covenant.
Oh. So what is it, Mark? Or what is it, Lee?
It's the Covenant.
Oh, bam.
The guys are the Covenant. I thought they were the Horde.
The
No.
Horde are the bad guys in World of Warcraft.
Ah.
And then we have Horde mode in Gears. All right.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. That's why I was thinking of Gears.
Yeah, Grim just said Horde as well. All right, next question. Guys, we went super long today, and it wasn't my fault this time, I'm just saying. So let's
It was my
go.
fault.
No, that's all right. Yours was amazing. I love talking about this stuff. I really do, and working all this out.
Question.
What is the name of the long-standing official Nintendo strategy magazine?
Okay.
Is this based on UK or US?
Oh.
That's a good question.
I got him.
And ask your question and give us the answers, and we'll see.
Okay. Game Pro, Nintendo Power, Nintendo Informer, or Boy Gamer.
What was the second one?
Paul has to answer
Nintendo
this last.
Power.
So, all right, hold on. Read me the question then, again.
What's the name of the long-standing official Nintendo strategy magazine?
Strategy magazine is different from the actual magazine. I'm just throwing that out there. So
And is it one that's still in production or one that's stopped?
it would be stopped for sure.
Um,
All Nintendo mags have officially stopped.
All of them.
It was first published in 1988, was discontinued in 2012, although it came back in 2017 in the form of a podcast.
Nintendo Power.
All right. Yeah, I'm just saying that's not a
Nintendo.
strategy because Nintendo used to put out strategy booklets as well, but it's Nintendo.
What they call it?
Lee, it's all
What I
good.
found is called a strategy magazine.
And then inside the Nintendo Power, there's Game Informer. Oh, I love Nintendo Power. I want all those magazines. All right, I'm going Nintendo Power. Let's just do that.
Playing with power.
Yes. Get in or get out.
Power.
Mark?
It's Power. Now Nintendo Power did have some strategy tips
Yes.
for some games. Not a whole lot.
But they
so,
came out with their own
but it's-
strategy mags as well, though. Like the Super Mario Bros. 3, Final Fantasy, a couple other beauties that were just strictly its own magazine, which was the Nintendo Strategy Guides. What is it, Lee?
It's Nintendo Power.
Yeah, that was a super duper easy one, my man.
You need to get the power glove, Paul.
I know. If I could, I would display it. I would put it in a case and display it because it's just really cool.
Oh, you won't have enough room, Paul. You got too many arcades
No,
now.
He's got room on the wall behind him.
Yeah, I've got room now. But just listen, things are going to change. I'm just saying. Hope 100% it's going to change, and I'll have lots of room. I'm just throwing that out there. Woohoo! I'm excited. All right, anything else before we quit, guys?
No, good.
All right, I want to say, Mark, thank you for your 100% honesty. Like I said, you're the only American here, and you are able to speak and share your thoughts, and none of us would question any of that. You're actually living in this stuff, and you deal with it every day, which is pretty crazy. And you have to get the plaque that says it's so bad. I know, Grim. That's crazy from the wizard. Yeah. All right. Gaz, where can they find you on all your socials?
You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, A-to-Z Gaming, all the same.
Oh, okay. And,
Except for TikTok with A-T-Z
right.
Gaming.
And Lightsy. I was just about to ask if Lightsy, if that's okay. Is that right? James, where can they find you?
Just hanging out on your streams. Pop by, say hello to Paul, and you'll say hello to me as well.
There you go.
Oh, and he gets away with saying that,
That's okay.
and I can't blink an egg.
Did you say
You're
blinking
different though, Lee.
heck?
Did you just say blinking egg?
Yeah.
Well, heck,
Blinking
yeah,
heck.
blinking heck. I'm
Yeah,
gonna try to.
blinking heck.
I'm gonna try to
It's
incorporate
like saying bloody
that.
hell. Bloody hell.
Bloody hell, blinking heck.
Bloody hell.
Gordon Bennett.
Gordon Bennett. That's the other one. That's James's one. Lightsy,
Oh,
where can
friggin'
they
hell.
find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Logan Ainsley, on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Just Lightsy.
All right, and Ultimate Hater 87. Mark, where can they find you, sir?
You find me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Ultimate Hater 87.
I just want to say Mark's handle is Ultimate Hater 87, and he's actually a genuinely kind man. Everybody just
No,
realized that,
already.
which is awesome. So,
Yeah, I hate the Lakers. You know, I have a different type of hate.
he does like the Lakers. So, Lee, where can they find you and all of your socials?
I mean, it's quite funny because like a lot of our names don't really represent who we are. Like, you know, Ultimate Hater, be a hater. A to Z of gaming doesn't actually do that.
just a dig. That's all that was.
What
was
do you
just to
got for
take
me,
a
Lee?
dig.
What do you got?
Just a dig for Gaz. That's so funny.
You can find me here, Discord, email, Instagram. Paul knows it, so you'll know it too.
If you're a
That's
lady,
amazing.
Lee will reply to your emails. If you're a guy, no luck.
No, yeah,
I saw your email.
yeah, but if
You
it
reply
was,
to either of them.
I guarantee if like Curvy last message sent you an email, he'd be like, instantly, huh?
Oh,
What?
Hi, Kirby.
Yeah, if just Lightsy sent you a message, you'd be like, yes, I'm here, Lightsy. What can I do for you? But James, you're just like crickets, crickets, crickets.
Why not send friggin' replies?
Oh, what was it? What did you just say? Blinking heck, Lee. We're just teasing you. All right. Lee is getting himself a Brummy. Hold on. Did I delete the thing for? Yeah, I did. Sorry, guys. Was it Brummy? Brummy Sheila. So this is going to be great
Yeah.
news when he gets one.
Brahma Sheila.
All
A
right.
ginger brummy Sheila.
A ginger Brummy Sheila. I erased it from my podcast thing, so I'll forget
If
all
you
about
worked in a bakery, you'd be a gingerbread man. Just want to put that out there.
That's so good. All right. Yeah, I'll ask Curvy offline. So here we go. I always try to be around. Yeah, you do. So here we go. So as for Gaz, as for James, as for Lightsy, as for Mark, and as for this guy, Lee, my name is Paul, and you guys take care. Oh, thank you, everybody.
No problemo. Thanks for having us today.
Oh my gosh, heck yeah. I love
Gaz,
it.
how was your din-dins?
It was nice. I took a picture of it and put it in Discord.
Yeah, we giggled
I'm
at it.
stuffed.
You're stuffed. You stuffed and he came back and ate a meat stick.
Yeah, it's just a snack.
You just ate. I didn't even make fun of it on stream. I was just sitting there watching. Like, he just ate a giant plate of whatever, and he's eating a meat stick. It's just a snack, Paul.
So, Paul, any Pakistani messages?
Oh, James, now I got to stop the stream.
Yeah, because people